Hey, welcome, First Baptist Youth. I hope you are having a great week. We are continuing our look at some of the Proverbs in the book of Proverbs. We, of course, are not talking about all of them, but we are going to take a look at chapter 3, Proverbs chapter 3, verses 23 and 24 today. And the topic is something you might be really ready to or willing to or have the ability to identify with. We're talking a little bit kind of today about stress and anxiety, and I will tell you that in my job as youth minister and young adult minister and also teaching school, I've talked to a lot of students who feel anxious, who get anxious, who deal with anxiety. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. So let's read these two verses and see what the book of Proverbs has to say about it. Do not be afraid of sudden panic or of the storm that strikes the wicked, for the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught. So that's a easy verse to read. That's tough to do, right? Sometimes things happen to us that make us worry or gives us anxiety, and it's hard to remember that God is watching out for us. But the verse said, "Hey, don't be afraid of sudden panic. Don't get in this sense of panic, but remember that God will be your confidence and keep your foot from being caught." And that's hard to do sometimes, right? We get worried about a test or messages from friends or things we saw on social media or things we saw in the news, and sometimes it makes us want to panic. So I want to give you just a couple bits of advice. If you feel some anxiety, if you are having trouble remembering that God is there to take care of you, here's some things that I think can help all of us, me included. One, take a social media break. Put the phone down, social media, whatever it is, because sometimes we get all these messages at once and we feel like I can't take care of it all at the same time. There's so much going on. So take a break. Maybe for a week you have a social media fast, or maybe when you get anxious, you say, all right, I'm taking a break from this for an hour and then I'll pick it back up and get to it. Or the same thing with your studies. If they're making you anxious, take a break for a little bit. That doesn't mean you take a break forever, but pick it back up later. Another thing, go outside in nature or somewhere peaceful. Maybe it's not outside, maybe it's just in your room, somewhere you can be quiet and just think a little bit, or walk around and have something that'll distract you, looking at, taking a hike, looking at the sunset, something that allows you to get outside, breathe a little, or allows you to go to a quiet space and think and meditate. And lastly, meditate on Scripture. I know that helps me a lot to say a verse that is a positive reminder and meditate on that over and over for a few minutes, to get in a quiet place and repeat that Scripture. And maybe you can even use this one to say, the Lord will be your confidence and keep your foot from being caught. It makes me think of my son. Sometimes when we're going downstairs, he's just learning to walk, and he will reach his hand up so he can grab your hand because he knows he needs help not falling. God is there for you. That doesn't mean everything's perfect, but don't be anxious. Don't worry. God is there to catch you. God is there to take your hand to help you walk in your life and along this path. Know that we're always praying for you, that we care for you, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.